Brian couldn't figure out what the heck it was she was carrying. It looked like a big plastic flower pot built into a stool. As she came closer though, Brian could see that the top was a hole surrounded by a contoured yellow plastic seat. It was only when she set it on the carpeted floor that it hit him. This was a potty chair. It was just like the kind he'd seen toddlers use, except that it was bigger and had legs lifting it slightly higher off the ground. In other words, it was meant for someone fully grown, like him. Sarah smiled encouragingly at her son and gestured to the seat. "Come on, Brian, let's get all that pee-pee out so you can play and not have to worry about keeping you big boy pants dry." "No," Brian yelped, stepping back from the disgusting little seat. "I don't have to go." "Don't play that game with me, mister. We both know that's what you say every time right before you tinkle your pants. Now let's give the potty a try for once, like a big kid." Brian didn't want to sit down on that stupid potty and make pee-pee right in front of his mommy and his friends. That would be even more humiliating than what was happening to Megan right now. He considered running away, bolting out the front door right now. But then how far could he get? He was barefoot, no sign of shoes anywhere. Everyone in the world now seemed to think he was an incompetent toddler. He'd be found and returned home by the police in no time. So Brian just stood there, unable to figure out what to do as Sarah stepped forward and began to undo the buckles on his overalls. With a couple of snaps, Brian heard the buckles undo and felt the shoulder straps go loose. Mommy slipped them off, and just like that the overalls dropped to his ankles, revealing a white pull-up with a Winnie the Pooh design on the front. As his mother reached for his pull-up, Brian squirmed, trying to step backwards but impeded by the bunched-up overalls. "Stay still, you little wiggle worm," Sarah told him. Brian let out a little moan of despair as his mom grasped the pull-up and yanked it down. He tried to cover up his shame as Megan had, but his mom had grabbed his hands and was turning him around and forcing him to sit on the potty seat. "There we go, sitting on his potty like a big boy. Good job, Brian," Sarah praised. Brian didn't feel like a big boy, not one little bit. He felt demeaned, stripped of all power and dignity. Unfortunately, Joy had just arrived with Rachel and she led the girl into the room, positioning her so she was looking at Brian. He couldn't bring himself to make eye contact with her. He stared at his feet, the bare toes just peeking out from the pile of his clothes.